"45 minutes into this red flag period here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway after a 15-car pileup. If you have just tuned in, the most serious injury appears to be to Dan Weldon. We have just confirmed just a few moments ago he has been transported to University Medical Center here in the Las Vegas area. And let's talk to his teammate, Alex Tagliani. Rick DeBrule.
Yeah, Alex was out in front of it, but first off, let's talk about Dan. Have you heard anything about Dan at all?
Not much. Not much. So, I mean, the only thing is I'm hoping he will be okay. That's the main concern at the moment.
All right, let's talk about, you were out in front of this accident, but then you had to come back around and look at what was on the track, and what went through your mind at that point?
Yeah, it's, you know, you want to see this stuff. You know, you don't want to see this stuff because after that you're wondering if everything's okay, and as soon as you stop, you know, they're telling you, like, Dan was one of the guy involved, and, you know, he has been taken away in an helicopter, so, you know, you just don't want to think about the worst, but you also, you don't know, so it's, your mind goes all over the place, and I'm really hoping he's okay. He's my little brother from another mother, and I had good time in Indy with him, and he's been a great teammate this weekend, so just hope for the best.
Now, earlier in the race, you had an incident, I believe, with Ryan Briscoe, where the two of you had touched wheels, correct?
Yeah, I mean, this type of racing, everybody knows that, you know, there's a little bit of side draft going on, you know, when you're in the back straightaway or on the front straightaway, and you know, I thought Graham, myself, and Ryan, you know, we thought it was a little bit too early to do that, and you know, we interlocked our wheels together, and I got up into Ryan, so I got lucky there, and I'm just hoping that everybody's going to be a little bit more calmer now that they've seen what could happen, and we have a clean race from now to the end.
Do you have any concerns getting back out on this track? And once again, drivers had talked about, not so much they were concerned about, you know, getting into the wall or anything else. It was the concern that if something happened ahead of them, they wouldn't have the time to react to get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it was a concern because of the amount of cars. So 34 cars, you know, like if you're 20th, something happens to P12, I mean, you're going to be in trouble. And the thing is, you know, the nature of the track, the banking, the amount of grip, you know, there's a lot of, you know, 3 wide. And in a stack, nobody can go anywhere with the downforce we have. Nobody can break away, and you're just kind of running around in a group. So when something goes wrong, you could be, you know, just a victim, and everybody was a little bit concerned about that. And then we saw we had the proof right now. So the only thing we can do is just, you know, try to drive with our heads, you know, on our shoulder, and respect each other out there.
All right, once again, Alex Tagliani sitting by waiting to restart, very concerned about his teammate.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. As we continue this red flag situation, and everyone's thoughts have turned to Dan Weldon's condition, as you see Chip Ganassi talking it over with Dario Franchitti. He has clinched the championship, but as we said, he is not in a celebratory mood. Nobody is right now, all waiting more word from the hospital. Let's get down to Vince. You've caught up with Ryan Hunter-Reay?
And Ryan Hunter-Reay has a little damage to his car, and he wasn't even in the accident. That's how physical this racing was before the big accident happened. How do you balance the hot competition versus safe racing?
It's a really good question. I mean, we knew coming into this race, racing at speeds of 225 miles an hour, that this would be a tough one to get it done without a big wreck. It only takes one small mistake to create a very big problem like we see here. I really hope Dan Weldon's okay. I haven't heard anything other than that he was airlifted, but so our thoughts are there right now. But yeah, we just, as drivers, we need to get together and we need to go agree to fight this thing out the last 50 laps and try and take care of ourselves as drivers for the good chunk of the race. I mean, that was like it was the last lap for, what do we do, 12 laps now? So it's not really the way you want to do it, and we have a big, like you said, we have a big hole in the side pod right now from Tag and Briscoe. We're going at it. I was sitting on the outside and just turned right on the straightaway right into us. So luckily, Tagliani didn't end up in the air or in the fence because of that one. So we need to take a different approach here when we get back out on the track. And sorry to all the fans that we're not racing right now, but our thoughts are with Dan at the moment.
Thanks, Ryan. Marty?
Some very interesting thoughts from Ryan Hunter-Reay. Jamie Little has caught up with another guy who was involved, E.J. Vizo. Jamie?
Yes, and he, like many drivers, just riding around here. What's the latest you heard, E.J.?
Heard about what? I mean, nobody knows much. My point of view was, well, first of all, I was having a great race. I need to thank the car that this team is giving the drivers, I think the 3 drivers were very grateful. Unfortunately, I needed to start the race from the back because we changed the engine and we were not supposed to. Anyways, in only 10 laps, I already moved to the front 10 positions. Car was beautiful to drive. The point of the accident, I was behind, I don't know who, but suddenly I saw some smoke and I saw obviously a crash in the high line, and the car in front of me just broke, but it went to the middle of the track. I took the decision of going low, so till that point everything was clear. I had clear field, but suddenly somebody that was in front of me, I still don't know who it was, didn't brake at all, and he just hit me very hard and took me to the wall. That's what I saw from my helmet.
Hard hit. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Nothing happened to me.
Okay, glad you're okay, EJ. That's EJV. So, Marty?
All right, thank you, Jamie. And word that a lot of the drivers are heading into the operations center here, and there's Tony Kanaan. Looks like Marco Andretti, Ryan Hunter-Ray, as they make their way into there to have a discussion with IndyCar officials. We'll keep you posted if we hear anything coming out of that. There is Scott Dixon. He is also one of the 19 that was not involved in this crash.